Yeah, we're live on YouTube.
Not my prettiest taping job, but it'll get the job done.
Really good at car. I'm gonna find your script.
Alright, good. Settle in, don't let that go. Alright, I'm opening now.
Go right in the middle if you don't mind. Can I join you? Are you free? Oh, boy, I went to my first What to make you happy? So I keep forgetting to ask you every time we talk on the phone.
Yeah.
What happened to that sweater?
Oh, that's fine.
Every once in a while I wonder, oh, well, it's 100 degrees out, I don't care. And that was like,
So when I couch and I'm going to stand for Molly, and then, you know,
okay, no, I'm just curious. It was like, oh my God, we looked at it closer and it's full on.
it's just here and that, well, we can do it. No. It's haunting me.
After we hung out over there.
Oh, it's in the back here.
Did you? I tried to call her. Did it? Without going out with the No, I didn't get it. Because my ticket is here.
Gemma is watching My Hero Academia right now. We're at the license arc, and you're a license arc.
Gemma's giant. Gemma's a giant. I have to go get the clothes. Of course, there's some technical glitch. Sorry, hi. Right.
Oh, that burns.
I can do these.
Okay.
Go breathe.
too, actually, writes poems. Too.
We're gonna get the show rolling, okay? she's through. Thank you all so much for coming and joining us this evening. And like double extra big thank yous to all of you coming here and supporting live theater, especially in a time of like crazy pandemic life where we all feel ourselves languishing and it's like the earth is melting around us and what's time anymore? I really want to express a deep amount of gratitude for your willingness to go on with our COVID protocols, for wearing your masks throughout the performance, for showing us your vaccine cards. Like, it allows us to have our actors stay safe and for us to keep live theater thriving here in our community. So thank you all so much. I get to tell you about some super awesome things that are coming up next. Hey, Bill. Like next weekend, we have the Bellingham Folk Festival here in this space and throughout the entire Art Center. So if you want more information on the Folk Festival, go ahead and look them up on your savvy, super fancy phones. Speaking of super fancy phones, we have our programs, they're digital this year, which allows us to go paperless, which we love for the environment and also for pandemic-y reasons. You should have gotten a copy of the program in your email, but if you didn't get an email, I have QR codes around the lobby. You can go ahead and scan one on your way out, and you'll be able to look back at the different shows and what shows are coming up in the future. And then after the Bellingham Folk Festival, we open Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I know. Which I know there's a director and 2 out of 2 actors here in the building tonight. One of them was your bartender this evening, and I know Anna's over there. Of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde-ness of acting and incredibleness of 2 human beings. I'm just making up words at this point because it's after 5 p.m. on a Friday. Please come and check that out. You can get tickets on our website. Oh, the show you're about to see tonight. That's the last thing I'm supposed to talk about. You all are here to see an anthology of short plays. All of these are written for our 48-hour theater festival. We had our 55th one of those a couple weeks ago, and they're all written by Glenna Polyver-Gahanza, who I'm quite fond of, and I'm sure you're all quite fond of. And
get married.
I know, shouldn't we? And all of these shows are part of a giant project that he's been unleashing upon the world slowly, which is his 500 play project. Over the course of the pandemic, when there was nothing else to do besides feed squirrels and archive his plays, the man found out that he's written about 500. So we started this project here at the space, releasing some anthologies, and so they'll come along with some book releases here in the coming weeks, so keep your eyes out for that as well. And so tonight, please enjoy The Moon Loves Us.
Anton Chekhov wrote that if there's a gun hanging over the mantle at the beginning of the play, by the end of the play, it has to be fired. Or some people say that he wrote, if there's a gun hanging over the mantle at the beginning of Act 1, it has to be fired by the end of Act 3, which is very specific. And Chekhov wrote 4-act plays, so it's specific and wrong. If you go online, there's even comment threads arguing whether he ever wrote that at all, which is kind of dumb, because he only wrote 4 plays. And it's right there at the end of Act 2 in The Seagull. In any case, it gets interpreted pretty broadly. Just don't write anything big and dramatic and have it go nowhere, which is very sound writing advice, but that is not what Chekhov meant. I've been getting pretty fitful sleep of late, and when I do, I have fitful dreams as well. The last one I had was this. I mean this. Me sitting in this chair with my leg cramping, and you all out there with your expectations and want of orientation. I mean, we'll get there. Get there, I said in the dream too, and some of you chuckled just like that. I had this damn sock puppet on my hand. So this would be Chekhov's gun in the common bastardization of the idea. I mean, imagine if I had this on my hand the whole time and I never went anywhere. That's what people think Chekhov is advising you not to do, which is good advice, but like I said, it's wrong. And Dreams don't care about subverting or confirming your expectations. Resolution is a cop-out, someone said. Sam Shepard, another playwright, he's dead. Random thoughts. There's nothing harder to memorize than random thoughts. I'll be damned if I don't find some order in all this. Make a house out of it, like a memory palace. You know what that is? A teacher of classical drama might criticize me for addressing you directly. He would say that a poet should pretend to be speaking to themselves or to someone else, but I'm tired of old devices. Fine dust settles on the fragments of the past, my friends. Not one of us can guess what happens next. It is possible I fell asleep reading a copy of Points of the Compass Rose by Evan S. Connell, so I'll be quoting from that volume here liberally and without citation. But this being a dream, maybe the ghost of Andre Breton is more pertinent than the ghost of Anton Chekhov. Maybe you remember your dreams less and less, but there was a time when that other world had the gravity of another universe, a weight, a gravity, a life of its own. You ever see yourself in dreams? You want to know how this one ended? So the lights go down just for a second, and everyone thinks the play is over. I mean, you all did. But then they come up again a little bit, and there had been a bang in the dark, or maybe just before, like a gunshot. And so I'm standing over there, peering behind the stage right flats, and looking back there. There's really not much to see. But then I'm here too. I'm here and I'm there. And this me has a gun. Themes do return. Like memory palaces. Did you know that there's professional memorizers? They get together and they have these competitions who can most quickly memorize randomized decks of playing cards, and they all employ this device called a memory palace. What you do is you picture a house that you know really well. Maybe it's the house you grew up in, or maybe it's the house you live in now, every detail. So say the ace of spades is the junk drawer in the kitchen, and the seven of hearts is the little shelf in the broom closet. You name and you know 52 places. And so when they flip over the random cards, you're taking a journey through your memory palace. And the cards, whatever order they come up in, they order a trip through time and space and memory, and it works too. The idea is that humans evolved early on with this deep-rooted sense of spatial memory, whereas verbal and symbolic memory, having evolved much more recently, have not firmly taken hold. Nothing more difficult to memorize than random thoughts, someone once said. Oh, I said that. Yeah. Earlier in this monologue. Random thoughts, random cards. Just rest easy, my friend. We'll find some order in it. I'm here to take care of you. I feel responsible. I advise you to look on all things cautiously and with great vigilance. This planet is home of great difficulties. To speak. Come closer. Come closer, I said in my dream too. And just like that, I can only hear one of you breathing. Here's an anecdote. The Greeks and the Etruscans, they disagreed on what substance was best for sculpture. The Greeks chose hard, exact marble to personify their hard, exact deities, while the Etruscans chose soft, porous, volcanic rock, which was quick to crumble, mirroring the imperfections and the impermanence of human beings. Do I even have to tell you that here, we fly the flag of the Etruscans. Our dreams evaporate. Our memories fail us. By midnight, you won't be able to quote a word of this. A year from now, you might not remember this entire evening, but just leave memorializing to the filmmakers and to the Greeks. We make plays here, they crumble into dust and blow away. By the time the lights are down, the beginnings are gone. I mean, where did we even start? Chekhov's gun. Enough on that. I was filled with this strange loathing when the lights went down and up and I saw myself there. I mean, it's never good to see yourself in a dream, but a blackout that close to the end of the play is just confusing for audiences. Even if you forewarn them, which I have now twice, by the way. Secondly, anytime you see yourself in a dream, you have two choices. You can flee or you can murder yourself. Freud said that. I think. I'm not always accurate in my citations. But, there was also the gun, and even in my dream, I thought of Chekhov's gun. It wasn't going to be there for no reason, so by dream logic, it was pretty clear what I had to do. So I marched right over there, and before the lights could come up, I shot myself, which is what is going to happen. Blackout, end of play, end of dream. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry or wonder about anything, because I'm here to take care of you, beginning to self-destructive end. Honestly, I don't know now if I'm subject or artist. I was up all night writing. I'm up all day memorizing. Sometimes I think I have it tough, and then I remember that the Athenian playwright and painter Parrhasius, having decided to depict Prometheus, he bought an old man and he tortured him just so he could study the changing faces of agony. So I know that Babel's many tongues were the languages of the slaves of war who built the tower. Tell me honestly, do you think that the universe is unfolding as it should? Is it of your opinion that things will work out for the best? Hieronymus Bosch said that the world began simply, but it became corrupted and it lapsed into an incurable madness, and I am obligated to believe him. I admit to entering a crack in the universe where worlds collide, opening and closing like doors in the wind. It's 12:18 a.m. and I'm writing these words at my desk. It's 4:08 a.m. and I'm dreaming of your head in my hand and the jack of clubs, which are the spider webs and the garage door rails in my childhood home in St. Paul, Minnesota, and the Three of Hearts, which is the space behind the furnace where the cats used to poop. October 1st. Much apprehension and these old skin-deep fears, but also this growing sense of mystic knowing. I think you realize that ideas interpenetrate just as galaxies are able to pass through each other like some great celestial tide. And everyone I know is wrong about everything, and you probably are. I know I am, and that's why I'm going to kill myself. I don't mean that, I mean my dream self. When the time comes, which is very soon, that's 3 times now. Repeat any important information 3 times, someone said. I don't know who, but I think it was another playwright. I even think this one's still alive, but it's hard to remember with playwrights. My restless souls, my young and old, remember that the lights come right back up. It's very confusing, I know. The hornet's nest above the basement door, that little apple tree that never grew because my father only bought one of them, the 10 of hearts, the 10 of spades, and still I can only hear one of you breathing.
lacking in historical significance, I've taken on a pet. I came upon him in the rose garden shrubbery where he had arranged himself in the foliage there. What is your opinion of him, Annalisa? His name is Eli, and he's Apis mellifera.
I find him quite droll, to be honest, and I find your fingernails a disgrace. Do give him a good buffing, would you, Quintrell, once you've brought our honey toast?
But Quintrell has already brought to you your honey toast, and you flung it at the swans.
I may well have flung my honey toast at the swans, Brother Brant, but you have forgotten to poke holes in your tin lid and killed your Apis mellifera through lack of air to breathe in his tiny lungs.
Don't bet you a penny I did not.
That bee is dead.
Granted as evidence, but what is not is that he was dead when I already found him of causes unclear yet unrelated to the events in contest.
I contend that a pet is by definition alive, and thus the state foundation of the contest was in fact erroneous, thus nullifying any contention or wages thereof.
Oh, really? State the definition of a pet, please, Quintrell.
A pet is an animal kept for its companionship and loyalty, as opposed to one kept for its sport or slaughter.
Thank you. Fascinating, Quintrell. Thank you.
Pets are also noted for their attractive appearance, their companionship, and their song.
Put the pennies in the common account slated for intractable wagers unresolvable due to semantic inconsistencies and or stupidishness.
I will deposit it at the very earliest convenience, Master Brant.
After the bathing will be fine, Quintrell. I've decided upon my bathing music. Shall I state to you now, or would you like to make notation for future consultation?
I shall remember, sir.
I should like Vivaldi for running of the water, Haydn for soaking, Herschel for soaping, a vigorous scrubbing to the Hallelujah chorus of George Friedrich Handel, and I would like to rinse to the poetry of Louisa Albuna Victoria Gottsched, and I would like to tower alone in a silence at once solemn yet pregnant with purpose in the aftermath of such a few of Baroque aquatic mimbling.
Are the same as usual, then, sir? Very well, sir.
I should like bird song.
Birdsong!
A selection of forest birds for the duration of the bathing, volume up in calls of courtship for the toweling.
Excellent choice, Annalisa.
Thank you.
Quintrell,
Yes, Brant.
I would like to speak with you alone in private at some point before the bathing, alone in private.
Why not speak with him now?
Because after the honey toast and the honey toast flinging, Quintrell tells us of this youth, according to the itinerary he does. Are you suggesting that we depart from the itinerary?
I am suggesting that your face looks like a foot trap inside of a pickle jar.
And I'm suggesting that your face looks like a mimble tucker.
I don't know what a mimble tucker is, and I don't care to.
Quintrell.
A nimble tucker is a large, heavy part of a horse's bottom.
Thank you. Now on to your youth.
When I was 7 years old, I asked my father for a horse, but he said horses, like humans, prefer vast open spaces where they can roam, graze, and copulate with other horses. In our crumbling brownstone basement, we had none of these things. I spent my days moping in a brooding climate of habitual decay. What if we got a very small horse, I suggested, and named him Freckles, and he could sleep in the pantry with Aunt Janet. After that, we came to a sort of compromise about the horse. We were never to speak about it, or in fact at all, ever again.
For an entire day, let's think of only things that begin with the letter B.
I can't.
Why not?
I've already thought of clouds and strings, and neither of those have a synonym that is even remotely bee-ish.
Well, then let's think about what separates us from robots.
All right.
What do you think?
I think delayed gratification.
Delayed gratification is not what separates us from robots.
One of the things.
But are robots even gratified?
I think so, yes.
I don't know. What do you think, Darius? Do you remember our brother, Darius Adalisa?
I do. We were very close, I think.
He coughed blood, then he died.
He was never in the best of health.
He looked like a potato.
He just turned gray, fell over, and stopped moving.
You look itchy, he would say,
So small.
like a rocket, our brother. Nothing, then pop. Do you remember Darius Quintrell?
Very clearly, sir.
Died, did he,
Quite succinctly.
recently?
Tuesday, sir.
Services?
Yesterday.
In attendance?
Yourselves, myself, the cook, and the gardener.
Mother?
Sent a card.
And our father?
A ham.
And I ate that ham.
Oh, yes, we did, sir.
And Annalisa?
Had only grape juice and crackers.
I see. Did I tell you that I once saw Mother in the third floor study? Her leg, anyway, sticking out from under the walnut lowboy. And it was gone. Swoosh! I did not investigate.
I sent Mother and Father an invitation to my exhibition, where I will be displaying my drawing of a bullfinch.
And how did you send that invitation?
My postal courier, of course.
To what address?
Our own address, where else would I send it?
Annalisa, do you know why we can't use the front door?
Yes,
Why?
because of the mountain of paper.
That mountain of paper is the mail, Annalisa. No one in our entire lifetimes has even looked directly at the mail!
Oh. So they won't be coming then.
I would think not.
And Darius? Oh, I miss him sometimes.
Sometimes I do too, Annalisa. Quintrell,
Yes, Brad.
would you pretend to be our dead brother Darius from time to time so that we won't be apt to miss his company so?
If you think it would be helpful.
Oh, yes, yes! Oh, very helpful, Quintrell, yes!
Would you do it now?
Very well.
You are a sport in such matters, Quintrell. Really, he was quite lumpish, so there will be little to do, but... Do you see that?
Is that Darius?
I don't know if that's Darius or Quintrell pretending to be Darius.
But Darius is dead!
Good point! So it's either Quintrell pretending to be Darius, or Darius possessing his mortal shell from beyond the realm of the living. In either case, it is a comfort to have him with us. What's next on the itinerary?
Quintrell tells us of his dreams.
Oh, Quintrell is doing Darius. Perhaps I can do Quintrell, and we can watch Darius's expression as he listens to the dreams of our butler, like time's gone by before Tuesday passed, when he coughed blood, turned gray, and died.
Who should I be?
You'll have to be both of us, otherwise we'll never know what I thought of Quintrell's dream.
Right.
In my dream, we are in the long room where we sit and gaze at pre-Raphaelite paintings of picnic and sunlight. Huddled like refugees, we gaze for hours. Candles are brought in, and we gaze additionally. Guess who? Someone says as they cover my eyes, and I say Julie, because I know it's Julie. And I turn, and she smiles, and she cups my face like fruit in the long, dark room filled with candle flame and brightly set tables.
Yes, Brad.
Who's Julie?
I don't know.
What happened to Darius?
Turned grey and died.
What did I think of the dream?
It's the same as always, you thought.
Quintrell,
Yes, Brad.
would you pretend to be our reclusive parents from time to time and give us the nurturing attention that only a parent might give to a child in their formative years, or the understanding that only a parent might give in a time of mourning?
Or the gentle encouragement that only a parent might give during the review of work of profound and personal significance.
I have only ever seen your parents from a very great distance from several adjoining rooms.
But you have seen them.
Yes, very well. I'll do my best.
I propose that we bypass the rest of the day's itinerary so that we might show my drawing of a bullfinch to Quintrell pretending to be our father.
And I move that after our father attends your exhibition of a bullfinch drawing, that after he speak to us from a place of deep personal insight to offer us a glimpse into a person hitherto unknown to us.
Children, there will come a time in your lives when you grow old, and when you think you're losing your mind. I'm losing my mind, you'll say. I always knew I was vulnerable to such an unhinging, and here it is, the door flung open off its frame, laying at a cruel angle on the floor, and sparrows streaming into the foyer. No use pretending it'll be otherwise. No use denying the inevitable avian stream that will flood your drafty libraries and poop on your newly waxed floors.
I hereby dedicate this drawing of a bullfinch to my dead brother Darius, whose funeral I attended begrudgingly, but whom I will now honor with sacrifice as I set my artwork adrift upon the pond.
And I will sacrifice my pet Eli to commemorate my dead brother, whose funeral I also attended, but thought was a Sunday brunch. Quintrell,
Yes, Grant.
would you pretend to be our mother as we say farewell to Darius, except maybe could you weep a bit and hug us as she would never ever do?
Very well, I'll do my best.
Goodbye, Darius. Goodbye, drawing of a bullfinch. May the waters keep you. Sploosh.
Goodbye, Darius, my little gray potato. Goodbye, Eli, my dead pet friend. Goodbye, picture of a bee. Sploosh.
Thank you, Quintrell.
Thank you, Mother.
The lost temple of death.
The lost temple of death! High in the mysterious mountains you've never heard of, in a country you probably don't know. Not because you failed geography, although you did, but because it is mysterious. In a mysterious temple, in a mysterious land that houses a mysterious treasure. Hark! Does a visitor approach? The answer shall soon be forthcoming. Tenzin, take a note for the manuscript. The wind in the mountain valleys makes the sound of a woman's voice, as the wind off the seas sings the songs of silence. Tenzin? 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 Looking for your Sherwood clouds! Yes, Slitter! Octavia Chalumska. Harriet Clarence, did I alarm you? I do hope you didn't discumber your breeches again. Are those new since Jakarta? I have many new things since Jakarta. Many new things not covered in gold.
Looking for the temple, I suppose.
Not so much. More treasure for me, though. Just the one treasure, as I understand it.
Yes, well, understanding it is not a thing that you are at it.
Good one.
Bugger off to hell.
Oh, you really should have Tenzing write some of these witticisms down for you. Tenzing! Oh, Tenzing! Oh, that's right, I forgot your Sherpa fell off a yak into a glacier summer's past. What have you forgotten?
I do forget sometimes. It's the altitude.
Is that what they're calling gin these days?
Can I help you with something?
Yes, could you point me to the way of the temple?
I thought you weren't looking for the goddamn temple.
Oh, that's right. I remember. That's 'cause I found it. Here we are! Bloody hell. Do you mind? I have to keep my own letters, not having a dead Sherpa to take dictation. Dear Fitzgerald Ridley.
Ridley?
Do you know him?
You know damn well I do.
I've taken him on as well. As a publisher, I mean. He's edited my latest of adventures in Jakarta. Do pick it up. There is an anecdote about you in there. I'm surprised Fitz didn't mention it. You were engaged to him, as I understand.
Am engaged to him, yes.
Dear Fitzy, you'll never guess who I ran into just before I found the lost temple of Deafening. Harriet Clavers! She was chatting to her dead Sherpa about the talking wind. I do believe the girl has finally lost it. Anyway, did I tell you that I discovered the lost temple of Deafening? Off to load up the treasure. Ready to presses. Yours in unsoiled undergarments, Octavia Chalumska.
I hope you get malaria.
I hope you get dysentery.
Dengue fever.
I hope you drown.
You wouldn't say that if you were on fire.
I wouldn't say that if you were drowning, I think you mean.
Damn it!
I didn't mean to alarm you. I've been sitting here in plain sight the entire time. I even hummed a little, so as not to alarm you when I finally spoke, but there was a certain amount of yelling, and you didn't hear me. And after a while, it became too awkward to speak, so I just sat here and kind of hoped you would just maybe go away. But since you have not, I suppose we shall proceed with the riddle.
Riddles. Is this your first rodeo, Clemens? There are always riddles propounded by a mysterious gatekeeper. I bet there are 3.
Answer me these riddles 3.
Always 3, Clemens. Always.
What you call a boomerang that doesn't come back?
A stick.
Correct. What is brown and sticky?
A stick.
Correct. 3 monkeys in a window.
A stick.
For these 3 answers true, you shall receive a butterfly net.
Thank you.
Oh, riddle Oscar. Your next riddle answerer wishes to just ask me the riddles.
Very well. What kind of room has no windows and no doors?
A stick?
Incorrect! For this you shall receive nothing. As you may know, this temple houses a singular treasure that no mere malingerer shall possess. One final task lies before you may ask my good advice and enter one of the temple doors. In this courtyard lives a butterfly. Catch it, and you shall have my good advice.
I'm not sure how I'm supposed to catch a butterfly without a net. Should have brushed up on your riddling.
Did I mention it is invisible?
Evens the playing field a bit. Tenzin, could you fetch my
Marbles, waning sanity. Hold on. I swear I felt something. Easy, easy. Yes! Just there. In the net, gatekeeper. I've got it.
Gently now, bring it here. You are the first in generations, and have earned my good advice. 2 rooms lie before you. 1 to treasure, the other to death. And 1 question you may ask of me.
Well, that's really quite easy. Which door leads to death?
The right door leads to death.
And so, I take the left. Farewell, planners. Try not to fall into a glacier or set yourself on fire. Hold on!
Goodbye, Charonska, you feckless gongoozler! Ask me how sorry I am, you old cow!
Sorry. She was quite awful.
Oh, no need to go in there, miss. The real treasure's out here.
Fitz? What on earth are you doing out here?
I'm murdering your enemies, it seems.
Ridley!
I read about that precipice in an old travelogue at the library, an adventurer a century past, and I came here to warn you. Well, both of you, but she was really quite awful.
And the things that she said. You worked with her.
Never. And now, never ever.
She never wrote you letters.
No, hasn't and won't.
Never called you Fitzy.
Jealousy is wasted on the dead, my dear. No, she never called me Fitzy. I don't consort with feckless gongoozlers.
And what of the treasure?
Well, worth more than all the jewels in England. Well, Scotland.
The butterfly?
The butterfly. Harriet!
They'll only kill the thing. We've enough carnage on our hands today.
You are a rare breed, Harriet Clammers.
Could we visit Tenzin's glacier on the way home and pay our respects?
Well, it's hardly on the way.
All the better.
Very well. All the better.
And what kind of room has no doors and no windows?
Oh, a mushroom.
It's really very strange.
Oh dear, no. No, that won't do at all.
This place looks like hell.
Tristan! Never one to mince words.
Don't touch me.
We've had a bit of a
Siege?
siege. No, really more of a,
Armageddon?
well, a fire.
That would explain all the embers. Accidental, I'm sure we can all agree to as a company. Are we still in the company if our playwright and director has gone mad? Has he?
Has he what?
Right. Well, at least he's writing again. That's something, isn't it? Is it a play?
I
or-
wouldn't.
Oh, you wouldn't, would you? Wouldn't if you were me? Is that what you mean? What exactly is it you wouldn't do?
Really for the best if you did not.
So it's true. He's gone mad.
Just because a man sets fire to a townhouse doesn't mean he's gone. Oh, Tristan!
Hello, Tristan.
Don't speak to me.
Miss Margot.
Do you mind?
The poor soul.
Oh, you're hardly the one to comfort him.
What's that
Do you
supposed to
mind?
mean?
I do, actually.
It means that you're the cause of all this.
Well, that is a very peculiar way of looking at things.
Well, Yarnock is a very peculiar man. Didn't you catch his role as the hunchback? Or as the hunchback? Or as that bell-ringing fellow?
Wouldn't this be Reuben's fault if it were anyone's?
Why would you even mention that miscreant's name?
For once, I'll agree with Tristan. Reuben is a horse's,
Arse. Reuben is a horse's arse.
Reuben is a horse's arse.
What is it with you parson here that every time I walk into a room, I hear the same refrain slang? Well, this does not look good.
will you please put those down?
You are a very old man, I don't know. Oh, it's good to see you as well.
Are you insane?
No, back up, so back up.
Is his name Reuben?
No, he is the illustrious, insane, and insanely incendiary playwright, Ludwig Salvatore.
The curtains rise on the pits of hell. The music swells. Yes, yes. We see a teeming mass of carnal malefactors in a fiery lake of flame. Gluttons in a foul slush of ceaseless rain. Avaricious hobgoblins of faltering flesh. In the gaping maw of Satan's tomb, all teeming with vile parasites bursting forth from every pore like a million volcanoes, spewing their dark, black, spattering of confetti into the petulant, stagnant, lifeless air, and then begin to sing. Oh, here in hell, all the best things are burning, your childhood pets and dining room curtains, your favorite art and body parts all burst into flames and sink into a lake of fire. Is the one thing you cannot escape, and when it runs through your bones and brains, you'll never see your way home again. Never, never will you be home again.
And standing in this lake of fire,
Yes.
beginning to catch on where you are. A sea of sinners spends the mark from the Acheron to find their star.
Ones who cast me down! Ones who cast me down! Yes! The ones who cast me down! The ones who cast me down.
Are you all right, sir?
Ludwig?
What? A hero enters, guided by a sort of demonic tour guide, for he still has one foot in the world, not really being truly and fully dead yet. And he's there, and he's not there in the flaming lakes, and can only be shown the visions of the horrors of the damned, and those that might befit his own dark soul. Is that sherry?
Yes.
What?
Why, yes. Would you like some?
Perhaps a little. Good of you all to come.
How dare you! Me? How dare I? Of all of us? Oh, are you quite well?
Yeah, I guess you will forgive me. Good heavens, I thought
You were that horse's ass, Reuben! Hello, Ludwig.
there you are, Reuben. Good of you to come, huh? Reuben! Oh, please, where's it coming?
Why are you here, Reuben?
I was summoned.
Something over.
I thought he was going to murder me or charge me to a duel. I didn't know he was going to pitch a musical about hell and totter into my face.
I thought our acting company was defunct anyway, what with the circumstances.
Do you really think he's pitching a play? He's trying to get something through to you. You aren't even listening.
What? That's we're sinners.
Yes, sinners. I can't see what he ever saw in any of you.
Ouch, Jock. Even me? What did I do?
You slept with Reuben.
Everyone sleeps with Reuben.
Does not sleep with Reuben. I haven't. Tristan hasn't.
Well,
Ludwig was in love with Reuben.
And I didn't know that.
Oh, of course you
And
did.
of course I did! But it's stupid. Who in their right mind would be in love with Reuben?
Ouch, Margot.
Ouch to me, you slept with Tristan!
You have to get back in Yannick for not washing my mat and they dug it.
well, ouch to me as well, if I only left to give.
Yeah, that makes no sense. What do I care who slept with Tristan? I like someone else.
Oh, where was I? Ah, the sky opens up into the cosmos and to Earth, and our demonic tour guide shows him the one vision he was not prepared to see. The room of visions. I don't really sight read.
Oh, the room of visions is a many splendid thing. But many splendid thing you mean cruel. Because the only vision seems to wretches while a spilled stage.
And our hero looks onto the shadows of all his own regrets, and all the gallant betrayals that he's paraded across his own sad life, and only then does he understand the true nature of love.
Like that time I walked in early to a rehearsal of my play, and these two pasty tarts were having sex! If you thought I wouldn't be haunted by a vision like that, then you're horrible people! What's wrong with you?
What do we do?
Give it a minute.
Act 2! The ghost of Christmas past takes our hero from hell and shows him the life he could have had if he had never gone into theater. Is that Sherry? How dare you! Oh, yeah. That's all right. I thought, where was I?
Act 3.
I must return to hell! I skipped some parts. Our hero goes back to Earth because The tortures of hell were too much for him, only to find that the tortures of earth were also too much for him as well. I must return to Satan's den, to the 9 circles of hell. Oh, I skipped a whole bunch. That's the end. What, aside from all of the betrayals and the lack of respect and stress, and anxiety and loneliness, I really like doing theater with all of you. I love all of you, except you, Ruben. And Yannick, I'll think about it.
That's all I ask. Very quickly before you pass out again,
I'm sorry I slept with Ruben.
I'm sorry too, Yannick.
I'm also sorry for those things.
You'll be all right. Maybe someday he'll be able to write another play for us and we can tread the bullets together again.
You know, this one isn't bad.
I do like teeny amounts of carnal malefactors.
Very descriptive. Oh, here in hell, all the best things are burning. Your childhood pets and dining room curtains, your favorite art and body parts, all burst into flames and sink into a lake of fire. Is the one thing you cannot escape, and as it bursts into your bones and breaks the light towards lead you home again, never ever will you be home again. And standing in this lake of fire, and begin to catch on where you are. A sea of sinners spans the mar, the actor run to 5-point star. But the stars were never what they seemed, and all of life's a distant dream. And true, you'll take these tortures now, then turn to the ones who cast you down.
Oh, guys. Thanks.
And here, on this inhospitable shore, in his usual habitat we find him, the most steadfast companion of sea and shore, Larys Pacificus, also known as the humble sea. Plumage white as snow, and a temperament full of antics and clowning. Just look at him. What a trickster! Migratory and fiercely loyal, seagulls often live to be over 15 years, unless kept in close proximity to cats.
And it's hard to tell if he's flying or just moving very fast. And everything is in motion. And he gets the sensation that he will receive a message, and that this message will contain in it some kernel of insight that will ultimately lead to, well, it's hard to even say. An understanding, a resolution. And as things slow, objects appear and take shape. A kite, a wooden boat, a seashell, and each one reminds him of a story, but he has forgotten them, and he can no longer tell who the objects or the stories belong to. And he crushes them into sand, trying to find something out about them. And then there is a beach. It's sand crushed down from objects that have lost their place. But the beach is endless and sunny and not unpleasant. and he walks down it slowly, falling forward from time to time, sinking and spinning and reappearing unfazed, and looking out to sea for a ship he expects might be there at any glance, but is not. Each time he turns to find it.
Yeah. I don't have dreams like that. I dream of fish squirming in shallow puddles. I bring them into the bedroom one by one. Do you want to see how he used to wake?
He woke from nightmares that day.
Oh, nightmares, daydreams, naps. It was always that way. Like he was rushing into his body.
And he doesn't anymore.
Never.
Now how does he?
What, wake? Slowly, if at all. Like this. Fuck me.
I'm sure it's not as bad as all that.
Oh no, I'll show you.
Don't wake him. Especially not like that, always with the claws out.
Me? That's not true. You're a stranger. Strangers can't touch me. It's a rule of some kind.
What about his hands?
Well, what about them? They're tender and familiar. Sometimes they fall into an annoying, repetitive motion. Really? Who likes that?
I mean his scratches and scars.
Does he have scratches? I couldn't say. I lash out sometimes. I feel. What do I feel? Scratchy. Not itchy, scratchy. Just like I have to. 1 minute nicey, and then scratchy. Yeah, it's a thing. You know, nothing to it. It's probably instinctual.
There's no such thing.
That's what, instinctual?
It's a common misconception.
Sure.
We learn from our dreams,
Mm-hmm.
just like we learn from life. They've become separated recently, relatively recently. Waking and dreaming. We forget half our lives, but remember the lessons learned in sleep, and discredit them in the waking world, and see in them veiled mysteries and alien forces, and rail against them, and swing blindly at nothing, and become lost and unsure, and half alive.
And this is your unbiased opinion?
It's what I've learned.
From your dreams?
No, well, not exactly.
Listen, with all due respect, if I learned lessons from my dreams, all I do is drag dead animals into the house.
What's that?
You saw that? I was hoping you'd notice. It's a bird. It was just standing there like it was waiting for a bus. Big, white, stupid-looking thing. I killed it and dragged it in here. He'll see it when he wakes up. You watch his reaction. He gets so proud of me. It's embarrassing, really. I'll wake him up. Scratchy.
Not like that.
How about this?
Chester. The hell is that? Oh, you saw that?
I was hoping you'd notice. It's a bird. It was just standing there like it was waiting for a bus. Big, white, stupid-looking thing. I killed it and dragged it in here. Look at him. He sees it. I killed it and dragged it in.
Shit.
This is what he always does. You see that? He saw it. He throws them out back in the leaves and I go out and smell them later. Sometimes twice.
He seems very proud.
Doesn't he? Oh, he's gonna come and scratch my head. Just wait.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. God! Damn it, Chester!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why do you do that?
You know, we were just discussing that. I think it's something that I learned in my dreams.
What happened to the TV?
Oh, unplugged and overturned. But guess what? I didn't do it. He's not going to believe me.
How did you even do this?
I told you I'd get blamed. Now that's probably why I scratched you. She did it. Said you shouldn't sleep with the television on. Said it might be one of the things responsible. Responsible, I asked. For what? For you not remembering, she said. Remembering what, I said. Remembering me, she said. And I said, and who are you? And she said, I am his dreams. I am the one who splits the night. And then she let me smell her fingers, and I scratched her. We've been talking. So, how about some food in the old bowl?
I was flying. Chester, no, I was flying, or I was moving fast along the ground, or no, I was waiting for a message, or no, shit.
Oh, she told me this one already. And the things appear that have lost their place and are crushed into a beach of sand, but the ship don't come, Captain.
Oh, but it never came. Do you know how long it's been, Chester, since I've remembered my dreams?
4.5 years.
4.5 years.
A couple of years at least.
Tell him the one about the mermaids.
I dreamt all night that I was a sailor on a whaling ship and we were lost out at sea and there were dolphins that turned into women.
Mermaids.
And men.
Mermen.
And we sank into the
Briny deep.
the dark. It was nighttime, it was completely dark, and they were saving us and leading us and singing to us, comforting us.
Do you remember the songs?
Half the world underwater, half the world is night. Here the mind is never resting, here the night is never ending. Here the world is not divided, here our eyes are never shut. I remember everything, every detail. I had no idea that I had missed it so much. Thank you, God.
There are two things I don't understand. God is one of them. I mean, I just don't see the point in God. We have all this enough crap to worry about that actually exists in front of our eyes. We have to get all hypothetical about the unseen. Show yourself already is all I'm saying, you know, if you want me to give a crap. But otherwise, frankly, I can't be bothered with it. Since I'm sure you're going to ask, the second thing I don't understand is sandwiches. I mean, what? we plant wheat, we harvest wheat, and that takes gas, which we get from dead dinosaurs that are rotting in the ground. We make bread, we bake bread, we slice bread. A chicken is born, or maybe a pig, or whatever. And it lives its life, and we kill it. We bake it, and we slice it. Maybe we take one of the chicken's unfertilized embryos, make some mayo, slaughter some vegetables, or maybe dig up some clay to bake a plate to eat it on. I mean, come on! Is it really worth all the trouble? Is the return really worth the effort when all the math is done? When there's just stuff lying around, waiting to be eaten. Like in the bowl. Miles. How about some food in the old bowl?
I'm still dreaming.
No, not exactly.
I remember everything.
Your dreams, you mean?
No, everything. I remember the night before we split.
We haven't split. We think we have, but we haven't.
You have a message for me.
No, you have it. Message and messenger, and the one waiting.
But we sank.
We sank. We're sinking. always. The ones who drown, the ones who save us. Ghosts and the living and the ones who will follow.
Nothing is separate.
That's the message. I'm the message.
I am the one who splits the night.
At your convenience.
I'll remember this.
You won't.
I'm dreaming.
I am dreaming. This is me dreaming you. I can't be here, and you won't remember. You're sleeping, and your television is on, and I am inside you, and you have forgotten me, and you will never unbury me, and you will never remember, and you will never recover. But I am part of you, and I won't go away. Not ever. Not really. But I've come tonight. Just tonight. I've come, I guess, to say goodbye.
Now I'm depressed. And hungry. I don't suppose. Don't go. Don't go, I meant to say. Guess I'll just stare at the shiny box.
Like a card trick. I want to use in race after race. In race after race, Democrats are ahead of Republicans when it comes to women in Colorado.
My boyfriend Anthony and I used to lip sync to Phil Collins songs. Like, ironically, you know, we didn't actually like them. She goes out to the man on the street. Sir, can you help me? Hilarious. But then we started thinking about Phil actually writing the songs, like Against All Odds. You're the only one who really knew me. Oh. still, sitting there, writing the lyrics, crying at the piano, probably like a big cocky baby. It stopped being hilarious, and we'd still lip sync, but it wasn't ironic anymore. It was serious. We were serious. Happy times, me and Anthony, Bill. And then Anthony broke up with me on New Year's Eve, and all that was going through my mind were the lyrics to Against All Odds. I was standing there in the middle of Fifth Avenue, and I was like, how can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace, and I stand here taking every breath with you. You're the only one who really knew me at all, Anthony. You never dated an Anthony. Well, then who did I share all the laughter and the pain with, huh? Stupid slut. Who are you talking to? The audience, dummy. There is no audience. Well, of course there's an audience. If there was an audience, then who would I be dancing for? Cheered up. I wanted to wallow. And when listening to breakup songs wasn't enough, then I knew that I needed to write my own breakup song. And I knew there was only one person who could give me the proper advice. Hey, you got it! Bill Collins! So I emailed him, and amazingly, he emailed me back. We talked for hours on the phone. I told him all about my breakup with Anthony. Bill Collins never emailed you. Liar! You stole that story from This American Life. Liar.
Before I explain why I decided to write and record a breakup song, even though I have no musical ability and can't play an instrument of any kind, I should probably explain a bit about the breakup itself. It was only after Anthony broke up with me. I liked how honest and sad it was. How can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace? You're the only one who really knew me at all. We pictured Phil Collins at the piano, writing it, the tears running down his face. Anthony broke up with me on New Year's Eve. Before long, Phil Collins and I were commiserating about heartbreak, which he also went through recently.
That was Starling Prime from This American Life, talking about her breakup with her boyfriend Anthony.
Hello?
How she emailed Phil Collins.
I emailed Phil Collins.
How he emailed her back. That was her, not you.
No, he emailed back. He emailed back.
I didn't believe it either. Look at the wall, Kimberly. What does it say?
What does the wall say?
What did the note you got in the mail say?
Who are you?
This is you, from the future!
No.
I'm just kidding. This is you from yesterday.
Well, you think I'd remember.
You probably don't remember.
Because you're a liar!
Because I'm speaking to you from a moment of clarity.
Ooh.
Listen to me, Kim. Do you know where the keys are to the back room?
Sure.
I need you to get them. It's very important. There's a man locked in there.
What now?
You've forgotten, but you locked him in there.
No.
Yes, you did. I need you to get the keys. In my moments of clarity, I can't remember where I put them. Just call the bloody authorities, woman!
Who is that?
Right, and be arrested for kidnapping Phil Collins.
Phil Collins!
Bloody well, yes, you'll be arrested, you phony bitch! Don't yell at me! Well, don't kidnap people, and maybe you will get yelled at. I will take out the batteries to the baby monitor again. Every day the same bloody thing. Get the keys, open the back room, don't get distracted.
Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Don't get...
Hello?
Phil Collins?
Do you have the keys?
Keys. Oh my God, it's all coming back to me.
No. If it all comes back to you, you'll forget where you put the bloody keys! Just get the bloody keys!
There never was an Anthony.
Every day the same bloody thing.
He just answered that woman's emails and they talked on the phone like friends and it was so perfect. And so I emailed and nothing. Not even to go fuck yourself! You know? I loved him too! And not ironically at all. You! I loved you!
I love you too. Unlock the door.
And then your assistant got a restraining order because I performed You'll Be in My Heart at your hotel, and then I couldn't go to the book signing and... Oh my God, what have I done?
Kim, love.
He knows my name. Phil Collins knows my name. Oh, sorry, I thought there was a line upstairs.
Keys.
Keys, yes. Where did I put those? I was just going. Are you crying? Don't cry. Don't stop you crying. Just take my hand. All around you. I will be there to help you.
Kim.
Where's Tarzan? I'll find the keys.
You never find the keys. We do this every day.
No, don't yell at me, Phil Collins.
You ain't gonna yell at you. You are going to rot in prison for this, you crazy.
I'm sure I'll remember where the keys are tomorrow. Phil can make it one more day. Oh, right, there is no audience. What? Who am I talking to? Oh, that's what I said.
and forget everything else. I know. Go back to thinking I dated Anthony. We were so happy. No, Kim. No, you can. Okay. This is perfect. You never dated Anthony. This will help me from falling into delusion. I know. I'll send myself a note. Bill Collins never emailed you. You got this. Stole this story from This American Life. That's to the point. Skip. Oh yeah. What if I make a recording and send it to myself? Yeah. I mean, they'd have to listen to me, right? Genius. Take Barney in there.
Now that the song is done, it's really hard not to wonder if Anthony is going to hear it. I'd like to say I've gone back and forth on whether I even want him to, but the truth is, of course I do. Everyone I talk to, from my best friend all the way to Phil Collins, says he'll listen. And yes, if the roles were reversed and it were me, I definitely would. But I know Anthony. If anyone could resist listening, it would be him. You're just gonna have to trust me on this one. Which doesn't mean I think he'll never hear the song. I can see him keeping a copy of it, in some box stuffed with mixed tapes and copies of SAT scores, so that he can listen to it one day when he's ready. I picture him 40 years from now, an old man, living in some house that I'll never see, which breaks my heart. In my head, he doesn't look like a real old man, but like a young one wearing stage makeup. I imagine him sitting down to finally listen, on the CD player that people make fun of him for still having. He loads it in and hits play. He listens to the entire song from start to finish, and when it's over, he plays it again and again, until the tears are running down his face.
Sally Kine.
That was Starlee Kine from This American Life, talking about her breakup with her boyfriend Anthony, how she emailed Phil Collins, how he emailed her back. That was her, not you. Hello, Kim. This is you. From the future! Just kidding. This is you from yesterday. I need you to find the keys to the back room. Don't get distracted.
Lord. I thought for a second that I really do hate surprises.
Surprises are fun.
Not for me, they're not. I was the one, remember, Julia, who found Captain Dreamer sprawled dead in the middle of the trust circle just minutes before we went on air, okay? Not you, not Dragon Girl Bianca, not Mr. Kingtree, and certainly not Shelby with his stupid face on his stupid stairs. Ever since that day, I have full-on PTSD episodes if I even see a stuffed dragon or a cupcake or hear the word surprise. So stop saying surprises are fun, because they fucking are not.
Never mind.
Here now.
I know. Are you kidding me? It's a bad idea. Don't. No! 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 No!
It's all still here. Why is it all still here? The trust circle, the stupid stairs, the... Wait, that was music. Phil is here? Hello? Why is Phil here? What is going on, Julia? This was your surprise?
Surprise!
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Here, of all places, I have spent half my life trying to forget this hellish place.
Oh, it's not a hellish place.
Look at it.
It's nice.
No, it's not. Not when you can still see Captain Dreamer dead in the middle of the trust circle.
It was an accident.
He wrote a note.
Well, we like it here.
Well, that's great for you, but... Wait. Who is we?
Things may have ended badly for Captain Dreamer, but someone loves us. It's not a hellish place. For some of us, it was the happiest time of our lives. Singing, riding the imagination Pegasus, eating cupcakes. One gruesome suicide doesn't have to soil everything, does it?
It sort of does.
A little crack-a-doodle daisy.
Don't call me that.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Don't!
I ate my cupcake.
I'm losing my mind.
Each day is a pinch. Let's run a play filled with cupcakes. Just so easily. Don't see why the heck we just don't sing. So like the birds from bring them up on the Prince of Surprise. Song to the stars above. What's the purpose of the fuss? You know the move. That's right. You know the move of us.
God damn it, Daisy! You get your ass! Sit down on the goddamn trust circle and eat a goddamn cupcake! You haven't seen some of us in 27 years. Say hello, ask a question or two. We can remember what the trust circle's all about.
It's about trust.
It's about sitting in a circle, on a circle.
It's been a long time, but the point is, sit the hell down and be polite. This surprise party's for you. Surprise! So, what have you all been doing with yourselves?
I write haikus. Modified haikus. The standard haiku is 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. The ones that I write are 4 syllables. Ride like the wind. Kick in a poke. Put your dukes down. I rock my socks. Rub a dub-dub. Be not afraid. Ride like the wind. Too legit to quit. Don't fall in love. Nice guys finish.
The moon loves us?
Not everything is about the show, Daisy.
Really, Big Lord Fauntleroy.
Shove it up your...
Trustable people! Too legit to quit is 5 syllables.
Fuck off, Cockadoodle Daisy!
Well, I've become an author, and I write romance novels about dragons.
So there's this one dragon that loves another dragon, but there's something in their family or dragon society that keeps them apart until the passions can no longer endure, and they submit to their dragon love! And it ends tragically, so you think it does until it doesn't, and then they do it dragon style! Sometimes it gets a little S&M.
I don't know what to say about that.
Because it's insane, Bianca. Sorry. None of you are helping. Look, I sell real estate. That's normal, right?
Sure.
I do this. At children's parties. Hello, children. Hello, Mr. Kingtree.
Are you kidding me? You still have the imagination, Pegasus? 4-word haikus, dragon romance novels, still doing the tree puppet every 30 years. All of you have a serious case of arrested development. Just get over it already. Grow up.
I bought this place.
What?
I bought it. It was a steal. I thought that maybe we could all fix it up a bit.
And do what?
We miss him.
Miss him a lot.
Yes, in the end, he went mad and thought the moon was trying to kill him. Yes, it ended here, right here, badly. And yes, you were the one that found him, but Captain Dreamer taught us all to be good people. He taught us to trust and to write our own stories. And if we write our own stories, then why not write one where we all can stay here and ride the imagination Pegasus and eat cupcakes and trust each other like we used to. And no one still loved us. It's rough out there.
It's not so great in here either.
We'll fix it up. Good as new.
I stand on the stairs.
Hello, children.
I'm a chicken farmer.
What?
I'm a chicken farmer in my real life today. I'm as bad as all of you. I'm still stuck in this place. I miss him too. I never got a chance to say goodbye, so.
I never got a chance to say goodbye, so Here's Cockadoodle Daisy saying "Coca adios." Goodbye from the whole flock. Goodbye, Captain Dreamer.
All the world's a stage, and each day is a page. Let's write a play filled with cupcakes. Yum! We make our destiny just so easily. I don't see why the heck we don't just sing. So let the curtains rise up, one of them's supposed to rise. Sing a song to the stars above. If we love you like you love us, then what's the rocky side of us? 'Cause you know the moon.
That's right, the moon.
That's right, the moon.
You know the moon.
You know the moon loves us.
Cock-a-doodle!
Ride like the wind, imagination Pegasus!
To beat track of Flashdance. First and foremost, thanks to Bill McDonough. I want to send some love out to all the actors that were originally in these. These were all originally from 48, so the actors learned these overnight. There's a few people in the audience, I know Anna is here, who originated these parts, so I want to send some thanks out. You are in a room right now called the Lucas Hicks Theater. We lost a good friend of ours some years back. Many of you know him, but Lucas also played music in the bands on several of these shows, so I just want to take a moment also to send love out to Lucas Hicks. This show comes and goes in a blip. We just do tomorrow night, so if you enjoyed yourself, think other people you know might want to see it, please help us spread the word. And then lastly, I want to thank this group of actors behind me. We have about a week and a half, really, of rehearsals on these things. So basically, 2 rehearsals and we're up doing runs. So thank you again to all of you.
Oh,